Maybe can you break down what love bombing looks like in real life and why it feels so addictive instead of alarm bells?
Right. So it comes on strong, right? Sorry. So it feels like being swept off your feet. Like they're giving you all of the attention that you want. Maybe you're vulnerable, like we talked about, being vulnerable from a breakup or other abuse or something else going on that kind of leaves us open to not fully healing. And then we have this great person coming in, like to rescue us and saying all of the right things. And, they're agreeing with every interest we have, right?
Right.
They're coming at us with gifts and way too quick.
And for a family out there searching red flags in new relationships, what's one sign that seems innocent but screams control? And how can someone spot it before they are just in too deep?
Well, I think either no contact with your loved one, like you're not able to really get any time with them. They're quick to get off the phone. They're quick to not show up for plans, to cancel things. I think those are big red flags. If the new partner is calling or demanding that they come back or they go do this or that with them, and they're taking them away from their loved ones. I think that's huge. I had a survivor once tell me that she had to stop and video call her partner if it had been more than, I don't know, 10 or 20 minutes and show him the room to prove that she was at her mom's house. Right. And so it's that kind of stuff. And it's like, well, because I care about you, but that's not what that is. That's control. I get that. But the more subtle things, just the blowing up their phone, they know that they're at dinner with their family.
Wow, that sounds so familiar and it's it's really eye-opening. But you say it's a big warning. Why is that flip from romance to jealousy so dangerous, and how does it tie into coercion?
Well, I mean, the big thing is like it gets us hooked. And so if we slow it down, so if it's passion, right?
Right.
Well, it's a trap, it's control. It
Hmm.
hooks you back in. So genuine love is it's action. It's what we do. It's what we consistently do with our loved ones. There's ups and downs in a normal relationship, but there's not this intensity. There's not this control manipulation, always trying to make that abuser feel okay. We are trying to make them happy so we can get back to that initial place of that high, that being swept off your feet. And so that's why it's dangerous because we lose ourselves in it. We get fully
Trina, I
lost.
must say that you're really unmasking the traps that's out there. Yeah.
So of course, I know you've talked some about breadcrumbing, but it's those little things that lead us to believe that they're trying,
Yeah.
that we're doing the right things to get them back to that place. And it's depleting ourselves. We're pouring our whole selves into the relationship, into that other person. And now forget friends, forget family, forget career, forget school, all the
Yeah.
things because the abuser has to be number one in our lives or we don't love them enough.
Mhm.
And so there's that where we're giving all of ourselves, but there's also the blame. I
Mhm.
like the analogy. I don't know if you've ever heard this analogy, but I use it all the time. It's like being in a tornado. Like something's going on. You feel off
Mm.
balance. Stuff's flying. You feel a little woo, right? And
Yeah.
until you can get really truly away from it, get some distance on it, you can't really see that it's a tornado.
You said checking in with loved ones is real key, but most important is slowing down. For folks searching support for early domestic abuse, what is one critical system like a friend or a mentor that can make all the difference early on?
Right? It's whoever your loved one is, the person you trust the
Mhm.
most,
Right.
because
Yeah.
that just it's just as bad. We have to just be available, or even connecting them to places like the hotline.org, where there's a hotline, there's chat, there's even a AI bot if you can't, talk to someone live. There's options out there. It was interesting you said some people say it's ruining the relationship.
Mhm.
How is slowing down and trying to pace things where it's not love bombing, how is that ruining a relationship? Because that to me screams red flag, right? It screams abuser.
Yeah.
You're saying you're ruining the relationship because you're asking questions and you're wanting to slow down. I mean, like that's, run the other way. If you hear that, I mean, that's
All right.
just
Hey there. If you enjoyed this particular episode and you want to check out more of my episodes, head over to www.marcus-hart.com/podcast and you'll find more exclusive podcasts and other cool things there.